Hello, how we doing? And today I am showing you my updated FPL draft. Obviously, I've shown you my team a few times already, but it's changed massively because of pre-season, because of me not being as confident in Liverpool players and potentially taking Salah out, and just other shit like that, and maybe just me overlooking a certain few picks. So let's get straight into it. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the video and comment down below. I do mainly do Football Manager videos, but we're at sort of the end of the Football Manager cycle. Right now we're sort of waiting for FM25. So I am sort of doing FPL videos and just in real life football videos on top of that. So we've got shit tons of content coming. So make sure to subscribe to the video. And yeah, subscribe to the video. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for all the content coming soon. Let's get to my team. So then, starting in goal it was Jordan Pickford. However, I've changed it to Philip Jorgensen. So Chelsea have recently just signed this goalkeeper this summer, and I think he's going to be the main choice. I've had experience with using Philip Jorgensen on Football Manager, and he's a pretty good goalkeeper, and I back him to start for Chelsea. His price was revealed at 4.5 million, which is the same price as Petrovic and Sanchez. He may stay in my team, Jorgensen, up until game week 1. However, if Maresca continues to use Sanchez throughout pre-season, then I may have to switch Jorgensen out. But at the minute, I'm happy and confident Jorgensen will start. In front of Jorgensen is Gvardiol, Trent and Barco. I could end up swapping out, so my bench on the bottom is Mikalenko, Robinson and Ross Stewart. So that's where my money's being distributed. 4.5 million defenders I'm happy with. It's a good rotation between Everton and Fulham, but I just do back Everton's attack to be the weakest out of the teams playing. I think Brighton could get a goal against Everton game week 1, and I think Fulham might struggle away at United. So I think Barco's probably got the best chance of a clean sheet and the attacking returns as well, being part of a potential back five and playing as a left wing back. And we know that he's got good attacking talent. So Barco is in the team for game week 1. Trent, I knew that I needed to have Liverpool players. When I had Pickford in the goal, Trent was Ben White. But I just didn't know whether Ben White at the extra 0.5 million was a better option than Saliba and Gabriel. I know he scored about 20 more points than Saliba and Gabriel last season. However, for an extra 0.5 million, 20 points, I'm not sure. But Trent, I like the idea of Trent. Hopefully, Slot secures a good defence from Liverpool this season. But Ipswich away from home on the opening day, they can keep a clean sheet there. Liverpool's starting fixtures are very good, and I'll just back Liverpool to keep a couple of clean sheets, and Trent obviously on corners, on free kicks. So good attacking return options, good potential. Obviously, if you watch Slot at Feyenoord or had a look into him, he likes attacking fullbacks. So Trent and Robertson are viable options this year. As for Gvardiol, he was more or less playing left wing for Manchester City last year towards the back end of the season. One of the top scoring defenders in the second half of the season, and City do keep a fair amount of clean sheets, so good option. Moving on to the midfield then, and there is a lack of those premium midfielders, but it's very balanced, so no cheap ones here. So we've gone for Son, Eze, Gordon and Kunku and Bailey. 2 6.5s, a 7, a 7.5 and then the 10. Son could very easily be Saka, although I'm not massively confident on Arsenal's opening 5. I'm pretty sure they've got to play Man City and Tottenham away from home in the first 5. So not massively convinced by Arsenal's fixtures. Son is on penalties. He probably playing up front as well. So I like the idea of Son. I think he can have a better season than last season, and he already had a pretty underlooked season last year. Eze, again, on penalties, on probably every set piece for Crystal Palace. He's going to be, with the departure of Elise, he's going to be the main target of producing good football and good creativity. Most play is going to come through that man, and he's a great option for 7 million. Anthony Gordon, so this guy, him and Eze and Isak, those 3 players have been probably the 3 players that have not moved out of any of my drafts. But the closer I get to the season, I'm unsure on Gordon because realistically, if I dropped Gordon to like a Harry Winks or a Morgan Rogers, then I could upgrade Bailey to like Foden or Saka, which might be an option down the line once Newcastle's fixtures start to toughen up. I may take out Gordon for a fodder midfielder and then upgrade one of the other midfielders to one of the more premium midfielders. And then Bailey, with the departure of Diaby, he's going to get more secured minutes, and he had a great season last season that he can build off. And with Ollie Watkins maybe coming back from the Euros, maybe with fatigue, I know that Aston Villa's system is quite, tiring, and in pre-season, Villa haven't looked fantastic. They lost 4-1 to Columbus Crew and lost 2-0 last night. Well, I'm recording this the day after they just played Leipzig. I think it was Leipzig, but they lost 2-0. So, not a great start to pre-season for Villa, but they've got a few more pre-season games to we'll hopefully get to see how they're going to play this year. But Bailey could easily be Szoboszlai if I wanted to get into the Liverpool attack. Just unsure on Szoboszlai right now. And I could drop maybe Trent to Saliba and then upgrade Bailey to someone like Diogo Jota if he's going to be fit, or even downgrading Trent to another 4.5 million, or maybe Munoz, and then upgrading Bailey to a Bruno Fernandes or Martin Odegaard. So money can be made in this team. I'm happy with where the money's spent because I can easily downgrade people to upgrade other positions. There's nowhere that I'm having to suffocate every penny out of my team. I've got plenty of places that can chop and change. And then moving on to the forward line, just the two up front, Alexander Isak and Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland, I've seen a lot of people go without him, which is exciting me, because the more people that go without Haaland is the more people that I'm doing better than when this guy bags. Because having watched Chelsea in pre-season so far, their defence looks so leaky. And him having Chelsea first game and then Ipswich at home second game, he could have 5 goals in the first 2 games, and then his price goes up and my bank balance goes up and team value goes up and all that. So Haaland could become Watkins later down the line if he's not justifying his £15 million price tag. But at the minute, I'm happy with him being there. And then Alexander Isak takes the captain's armband for game week 1 with Southampton at home. Now, if you see comments from Russell Martin, the Southampton manager, he's saying he's not setting up for how you'd usually think like a weaker championship level side would coming up to the Premier League. So he's not setting up to defend. He said he wants to play his own way regardless of what team he's playing. So if he's playing a strong attacking team like Newcastle, like Arsenal, like Man City, you got to put the armband on those players, because I'm obviously a West Brom fan. In the Championship last season, Southampton was so exposed against bigger teams, against stronger teams, because they tried to play out from the back against a high press and it didn't work. And I'm pretty sure they conceded like 4 goals to Leeds when they played Leeds in the league, and they probably got battered by Leicester. Even West Brom gave them a run for their money, and we weren't great attacking wise last year. We were just good defensively. So Southampton, any team that they've got, I'm probably captaining the other team, because I think Southampton are going to leak so many goals this year. I think Southampton are going to have the worst defence in the league by a mile. And yeah, Isak's got the captain's armband. I'm not going to vice-captain Gordon though. I'll probably vice-captain Haaland, but there's no way Isak doesn't start, so vice-captain won't really matter. So yeah, that's the team. Oh, and backup goalkeeper, I think I didn't mention, Valdemarson. Only because I'm pretty sure Brentford only really have 2 options in goal, and if Flecken gets injured, then Valdemarson will start. So that's where it is really. He's Brentford, one of the only sides in the league to have only 2 keeper options, the other one being West Ham with Areola and Fabianski. But I think Fabianski is more owned, which means he's more prone to a price drop. So I am worried about price drops, which is why I've avoided some of the cheaper options like Ladapo. I know Ladapo's been quite owned. I'm pretty sure he has anyway. I've seen a few drafts with him in. Also, Wee Joe. Players like that are high owned and will be sold when people are trying to get to that front three and have 3 attackers. They're just going to drop in price and drop your value. So I've gone for one that's quite low owned in Stewart, 1.7% total ownership, and he's not even that far away from potentially getting minutes as well, because he was signed as a player to get minutes in the Championship, but he suffered quite a long-term unfortunate injury, but he could get minutes in the Premier League for Southampton. Another one I'm worried about for price drops is Barco, because of his ownership and him being 4 million, and when Estupinian comes back, you can only imagine that Barco's just going to drop in price when everybody is selling him and no one's bringing him in. So I'm going to have to look at potentially swapping Barco for a Harwood Bellis or a Face. But other than that, I'm happy with this team at the minute. Again, prone to changes. We've still got at least 2-3 weeks until the Premier League is back. But I'm happy with where we are right now. And yeah, happy August. How do you think of my FPL draft? What do you reckon? Give me a rating out of 10 of my FPL draft at the minute. Who do you think I should probably look to bring in or look to get rid of? And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and comment as always, and make sure to subscribe for all the other shit coming soon. And until next time, I'll see you later.